You can try calling in with your phone actually. Usually, if you click on audio and then you do switch to phone audio, I don't know if that will help. No, I can't hear you still.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Dude, this is so annoying.
You trying to use a mic?
Yeah, it worked last week, but I had the same problem, and then all of a sudden it started to work. Super frustrating. I can't figure out how to get that work to work.
Yeah.
I have to play around with it some more. What up? What up? Homer, welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, bro. Let me uh let me message Natalie real quick. All right, can you guys all hear me? Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm trying to see if Natalie, she just joined us. She'll be hopping on here in a minute. But until then, how is everybody?
Doing well. Just getting through the week.
Yeah. How's everyone's week been so far? I mean, it's only Tuesday, but since last time we chatted.
Hectic, crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, same. Agreed. Let's start with some wins. We'll go down the list. Michael, we'll start with you, man. Let's share some wins. Anything from the past week or further since you haven't been on here in a while. Just anything you want to share with the group.
Um, God, I guess I gotta think. I don't know. I had a really solid weekend, spent some time with a good friend. Um, Trying to think, nothing too stand out. Just I guess a good win is that the past couple weeks have just gone very smoothly.
Yeah.
Like I would call that a win. Like no big surprises, just getting after it and just I don't know. Things are just going smoothly, which I'll consider a win.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you would have said that, I would have said that for you because, we've been chatting back and forward.
Yeah.
You said it, you've just been really dialed in. And I mean, it's boring and mundane, but it's a win, right? Like there's no like craziness that happened, but it's just you're just doing the things and being consistent, and that's huge.
Yeah.
It's
The
awesome.
consistency is gets easier, I think. Like once you really build it into your routine, and I don't know, I've been at this for what now, like a few months. It definitely feels like that's my non-negotiable. Like the 5 days in the week, Thursday, Sunday or rest. That's just like my MO now, which is great.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Heck yeah. All right, let's go down the list. Omer, what you got, man?
So, even though I got sick a bit, I did end up going for my skiing. So, pretty proud of that. Did a bit better than before. So, getting there. I even did cross-country skiing with my boss. So, enjoying the weather as much as I could. So,
Nice. Yeah, how was that cross country skiing?
I prefer going uphill because I have more control over, the speed and everything. And as soon as I go downhill, because my boss prefers the mountain, I seem like I can't control. Uh, I think I didn't do downhill this time, but before I did it, I usually fall. So it's still fun though.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, the picture you sent me, dude, that place was beautiful. That was
Yeah.
crazy.
So yeah, that was up north in Quebec, and it was I only went 3 days because that's all I could do. But my friend who I went with and who also took the video and the picture, he goes for like a whole month. So 20 days of skiing. He takes 4 weeks off altogether. So
Wow.
I'm like, maybe I'll do that in the future when I can, ski really well. So
That's awesome, man. Good for him. Dang.
yeah.
Yeah, this is incredible. All right, Kimberly, how about you?
Uh, I don't know. I think it's just been so crazy my schedule, so I would say just keeping up with everything. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, just balancing it all and getting the workout in and getting to work and
Yep.
sprinting from one thing to
Madness.
the next.
Yes. Yep, for sure.
It's definitely not something to be overlooked. I mean, it doesn't feel like controlled, but yet you look around and you're like, I'm still getting things done. How's this possible? Like, how's this happening? So I mean, that's good. You're doing it. Natalie, how are you?
I am good.
Yeah. Welcome to your first group coaching call. The way we usually start these is with just some wins. So you can share anything positive that you've experienced the past week, 2 weeks, whatever, and then we dive into a Q&A. So if you have a win queued up that you want to share with the group, you can. If not, we can move on to the next piece. I'll leave it open to you.
Um, good. When for this past week, I managed to go to the gym on Friday.
Good.
I was like freaking out because it's like I'm 170 pounds. I was like, oh no, this has got to go down. But I'm like, hey, if what you don't do now, you're gonna regret later.
That's it. That's exactly it. Well, that's definitely a win. Heck yeah. Um, all right, you guys. Per usual fashion, if there are any questions, I like to leave the floor open to any questions anybody has. There's nothing too small of a question to be asked, nothing stupid. If it's as simple as a warm up exercise or whatever, I'm happy to be helpful.
I do have a question actually, and I was thinking about this morning. So in some of the workouts, it will be a superset of like three things, and I can't remember what it was this morning. I think it was like a pec fly, and then upright row of dumbbells, and then basically lateral raises all the way up. And the bench, like sometimes the gym is just busy, and sometimes I'll do back to back, or sometimes I'll do them individually if like a squat rack isn't open or whatever, instead of doing the superset. And I'm wondering like how much of it, like I understand like the superset is written intentionally, but if I were to do them individually for like practical reasons, like is it really that different than just going through the superset as prescribed, or like how much am I actually missing out on the benefit of the superset versus the individual exercises?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The benefit of a superset is you build in some intensity, right? So rather than so for example, rather than doing like let's just say a set of squats with just a long rest in between, it's a set of squats and in that rest period you're doing something else and then you're going back to it. Or for you can use that for any exercise.
Yeah.
So the benefit is really it can be a time saver and it ups the intensity. So not doing a superset, you run the risk of just missing out on some of that.
Yeah.
However, what you can do is just shorten the rest between your sets. So if you're just doing one movement rather than resting longer, just cut the rest down a little bit, go back into the same thing. Even if you need to bring the weight down a little bit because you're more fatigued, that's fine. Because again,
Yeah.
upping the intensity with that stimulus is key. The only time I would say don't do that is if specifically we're saying, hey, we're going to go pretty heavy today on whatever exercise and you do need the rest, then maybe you don't. But in most cases for you guys, the way I like to write stuff is we're trying to pack a lot into a little. So if you can't get to a movement, shorten the rest, keep it intense, and then just go on to the next piece. And you'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Supersets are just I'm just a fan of them. I just think they can be really fun, and I do like the intensity component. You get a lot into a little, but they're not necessary. You just got to kind
Yeah.
of go at it if you need to. I know Globo Gym can be really hard to have all the pieces moving, and it can be really
Yeah.
tough.
Sometimes like there will be certain exercises and just the layout of the gym would require me to like go to like another floor, do that exercise, then come back. And like that's just someone's gonna take my machine or whatever.
Yeah,
So I'm like, I'm just gonna do these separately just
yeah.
for practical reasons. But I was just curious what the difference was.
No, man, you're totally good. Anybody else? Miss Natalie, you got any questions since you're just sort of getting started jumping into this thing?
Um, question. Yes, I actually do have a question. For the My Fitness Pal app, we have to pay for it, correct?
Yes, if you want it to get as detailed as we'll need it to, you have to pay for it.
Okay. Um, yeah, just curious about that.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, do the paid version. That way you can track all your food. Did you schedule your call with Meredith yet?
Yes, it's actually next week, Tuesday.
Perfect. Okay, cool, good. All right, awesome. Easy peasy. What other questions you guys have? Or anything else you want to share from the week? Anything about training? Oh, oh, the awkwardness is building.
I'm looking
I
at the app and see what the workouts were the last couple weeks because I'm sure I have something.
What were we about to say, Omer?
I just lowered my intensity a bit because the I when I was going for, the skiing, I had to make sure I had enough rest so that I can go the next day. So I kept it a bit like lower than usual. Also giving myself enough time to rest. I thought that was a bit more important for that. So
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. How did you feel when you were skiing? Did you feel stronger at all? Or did you feel like
so
this is kicking?
the so the first day, when I did it, because it was pretty much like getting back to it. The first few times it was like I forgot how to do it for some reason, even though I knew how to do it. But it was just it just took one try, and then I was like, okay, I got it, and it actually it felt easier than I remember because the legs, because you said to focus a lot on the legs, and that helped a lot. But then I had to take 2 days off so that I could rest because I was feeling sick. And I had to go back, I think it was a Thursday. It went super well. I did pretty intense slopes that I thought I wouldn't do, but I did it. The only problem was I had 3 day pass and I had to go on Friday and I didn't have enough rest the day before. So Friday I was just like, I don't think I can do it. So I had to be a bit careful.
Yeah.
Uh, but I was like, I'm gonna enjoy as much as I can. It was a really good workout. The weather, yeah, the other thing about this slope was on Thursday night it snowed, and when it usually snows, it gets difficult on the legs as well. Even though the weather was a bit nicer, but the snow when it was just packed, it was difficult going down.
Yeah. Yeah. Fresh snow, fresh powder, like fresh snow
Yeah.
is really hard to ride on, actually. Like
Yeah,
it's
and
not
yeah,
easy.
it was also just I didn't have like I went on Thursday and then I was going on Friday and I was just like it wasn't this hard that I thought. But then it was a lot of people on the cabin when we were going up in the gondola. They were saying, yeah, it's like everyone was feeling it. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm not alone.
What was the elevation there at the place you're at?
Um, when we drive, there's a point where it says that's the top elevation for cars. But then when you go to the slope, I'll check. Maybe they have it on their website. I don't exactly know right now, but I'll check.
Yeah. Yeah. When we were in Vale, at the top of the mountain, it was like, I think it was close to 12, maybe 11.5 or something like that. And it was a noticeable difference in just your ability to breathe. Like just
Yeah.
little things you're getting tired on. You're like, this is not normal.
So the vertical elevation of the base is 118 feet, and the summit is 2,644 feet.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's not as high as
So
I thought. That's above sea
no,
level.
yeah.
Oh
There,
wow.
there's a how do you call it? There's a bay that opens St. Laurent Bay, so it just opens
Oh,
right in front of it. So yeah.
I see. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Well, either way, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. What else you guys have? Do you have anything at all, nutrition wise, sleep wise?
Nutrition question. Well, just like if there's any good resources to look at, like Meredith just upped my food again. And I'm just finding it hard to I know how to eat healthy, but I'm running out of like ideas. So it's not just so monotonous and I can like switch it up. I don't know if
So,
there's
so what are you running into finding foods that are high enough in calories to reach your macros? Is like that what you're running into, or are you just getting bored of the same foods?
Oh, it's both. It's both. And then at the end of the night, I have like so much fat left. It's like, do I just like eat a stick of butter? Like, no,
What are
I'm
your
joking.
what
I'm
are your fat
joking.
macros at right now?
She just upped it, so I think it's like I don't have my phone. My daughter has my phone. Today was like 65.
Okay, that's not terrible. Not terrible.
Yeah,
I would say try to. Okay, so
but it's in like a medium day today. Like it's not a high or a super day. So
are you count? So when you count your macros, are you counting cook it in butter? Are you adding that into it?
yeah, everything, like every little thing, even the creatine gummies that I eat that are 8 carbs. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Um, well, I would say maybe pick a few items from the grocery store that are higher in fat, even if it's like cheese or something, right? Like, do you like goat cheese?
I don't know if I've ever had goat cheese. I don't.
So maybe try some goat cheese. Goat cheese can be a healthier alternative to like just regular cheese. Although regular cheese isn't terrible, but you can try goat cheese, and you can add that on top of I don't know whatever you find it to be tasteful with. I love goat cheese on everything, but you can just try that. Get some avocados, or just add in when you're cooking food throughout the day. Maybe just add in a little bit extra ghee or butter or whatever you're cooking in. Just
Yeah,
cook it in a little bit more.
yeah.
That way you can sprinkle in some more fats throughout the day. Things like that can be super helpful. Um, I'm trying to think. You can add it.
When you say when you say goat cheese, does that mean feta cheese?
No, just actual goat cheese.
Okay,
I mean, maybe it's considered feta, but I think feta and goat are actually different.
okay.
Yeah, goat cheese is really good, and it's high in MCTs, so I mean, it can actually be a really healthy alternative. I love it. But I would say do that. Go to the grocery store this week, find some like pick items that are higher in fat, and just strategically place them throughout the day. Just add in a little bit extra. Because how short are you every time on fats? Like 20 grams?
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably about right.
That's not too hard to get because fat can be really easy to eat, especially if it's tasteful. So I would just do that, sprinkle a little bit extra throughout the day. Or like, what do you eat for breakfast right now?
Like like oatmeal with almond milk and like protein powder mostly, or
Any eggs?
yes, like that was my next thing, like a bagel and eggs
How many eggs are you eating?
too.
Okay, maybe up it to four.
Okay.
Well,
Wow.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't want you to feel overwhelmed with eating too much. But the reason I say that is if you can do four whole eggs, that's an easy way. Like
Okay.
you can do that and then cut down on maybe something else in there just to get the
Sure.
fat in.
Yeah.
What I usually do is with when I have my bagel, I usually use smoked salmon that adds like healthy fat to it.
For dinner
Or
tonight. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah,
and
great.
sometimes just I don't know if just to get cream cheese or something just to add a bit more
Yeah.
fat.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, to also like, I know you guys are communicating back and forth, but let her know if you feel like, I mean, if you feel like you're eating too much and you're just like stuffing yourself and it's not really like, then
I
just like,
was getting super hungry, so she like upped it. So I'm just like she just upped it yesterday, so I'm just getting used to it. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay. So yeah. Find a few ingredients. Like just play around with different things. Have it accessible in the fridge. Maybe add like 4 or 5 extra grams of fat per meal. That way, by the end of the day, you've made up that 20 grams.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah, but that's good. I'm glad she's fueling you. It's gonna fuel your training. You're gonna train hard. Like that's good stuff. What else you guys got? Tammy's here somewhere. See her fan. Oh, I see.
Oh, hell, yeah. Yeah.
Bedtime.
Yeah. Well, he's just not going to sleep. That's the
That's
problem.
funny.
I'm begging and it's not working. So,
Oh. That's okay.
Yeah. You just really wanted to be on this call, apparently. Say hi.
What's up? You wanted to come hang out.
A birthday cake.
Yes, a birthday cake.
Hmm.
Dang, birthday cake sounds good. Jealous.
That's a good way to get your fat,
Yeah, that'll do
isn't it?
it. That's
What I
awesome.
miss.
I would just sharing some wins. You got any wins for us from the past week?
Oh, wins. Yikes. There's got to be. I think I've been eating good breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you been having for breakfast?
Well, I've just been doing like I'll do cottage cheese, sausage and like cantaloupe. And then I'll like add in some eggs every now and then, or like rice and beans.
Yeah.
So, which honestly is like a big deal for me because I'm a big like skip breakfast kind of person. So that's been something I've been able to do.
Yeah, good.
But yeah.
It's so easy to skip breakfast. It's so easy. It feels like, I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but it feels like there's no like good time to put breakfast. Like it's like a, at least for me, it's like I get up, it's like I eat now. I've got to wait at least an hour and a half or so before I train, or I train now and then I try to eat afterwards. Something always happens and it goes later, and then you're not eating till 12, and you're like, what is going on? It's like it's really tough sometimes.
Yeah, it's been really that's been a challenge for me because it's like I don't want to eat so much like before I work out, so I have to like do it 2 hours at least before. Otherwise, I'm, one of those that's like, oh, I'm gonna puke when I lift these weights because I have food in my stomach.
No, same. Yeah, I'm the
Yeah.
exact same way. I need at least 2 hours.
Yeah, I cannot work out with food in my stomach. I've learned that. So yeah, that's been
What's crazy is my old coach back in Charlotte when I was there a few years ago, he trained himself to be able to eat a full meal. And I kid you not, 30 minutes after, go do like a brutal CrossFit style workout. Like it was insane. He said he literally would time it. So he started with like a 2 hour window, eat, wait 2 hours, workout. And then he literally shriveled it down over like the course of months. So like an hour 55, an hour 50, all the way down. And he did it so when he was in competition, he could do an event, eat a full meal, get fuel in, and then go train. I was like, dude, I'm not doing that. Just not.
yeah, no,
There's no shot.
I'm just trying to live life, I'm I'm not trying to be I'm very competitive with myself and usually with other people, but not in that sense. Right now I'm just trying to get this needle moving.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well, you're doing it. I mean, I would say for you, if I were to give you a win, I mean, you've been sharing with me that your back's been hurting, but you've still been like showing up, doing your stuff, like navigating it correctly, working around it, being consistent. So, I mean,
yeah.
that's huge.
Well, I think thank you. Thanks. I'm like have castor oil on it right now on a heating pad. So I'm just trying to nurse it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just I've kind of learned because I had a funeral this weekend and it was pretty intense and all the family stuff and it was just like you know, life isn't really just going to get better at any point in time. And it's like not, I heard once somebody say there's no there. So, when people are like, oh, once I get there, this will happen. Or once we get there, that thing will change. And it's like, there's no there. So you have to be able to get through and like manage your life and your stress, like in the midst of it all. So I think that's like one of the things I've been learning is just like I have to keep going. I have to like keep doing the right thing, even though like, the scale still isn't moving. And I'm still working with, Meredith on that. And she's pretty confident that that will happen just like 1 week. She's like, 1 week, it'll just whoop. And I'm like, okay. But, it's just like, yeah, I'm determined to just keep going. It's like I've made this choice and it's not like, I want to switch workouts or anything. Like I love lifting weights. I've always loved lifting weights, and everything that I've learned, it's like weights is what my body needs, because like some people are even like, oh, well, try spinning. And I was like, oh, no, I'm already doing what I'm doing. Like I've already tried everything. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And the last thing you can do is give up. So it's right.
Yeah, there I go. Happy birthday.
It's not your birthday.
It's your birthday today?
Not his
No.
no. He's just like talk about it. Maybe he thinks you're gonna give him like a cupcake or a present or
I
something.
got no one.
You got a what?
I got a new in a box.
You
You
got a
got
new
another box. It's
Oh.
just an Amazon package. He thinks everything's for him.
Oh, I see. I got you.
Yeah. Go to sleep.
I know, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, to your point, you just got to keep digging in. I mean, literally, like, not to be cliche with keep moving forward, but like, that is what it is. Like, you just keep showing up, keep doing the thing, keep learning something else, trying something new, and you just keep going.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's, week after week, I do feel myself getting so much stronger. Like, absolutely. So it's like just getting down to like the root cause of like what's keeping me stuck in like the weight loss area, and it might just even be inflammation too. Just like,
I broke my truck.
I know.
I broke my truck.
You built your truck, is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Good, I love it.
So yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm determined. It's like, I do feel that with the back pain issue, I think like the more stronger I get in like every area, because I feel like it's a combination of just like weakness in other areas. I think that's what the pain is. Not to mention like emotional pain, like we were talking about, because it's like, this isn't an injury, this is just a thing. Like it's just this constant irritants or whatever it wants to, but I also think it like has a lot to do with overcompensating for other weak areas of my body. So I'm just trying to like balance out. Like I think I think one of the sides of my body is like stronger than the other, it holds more, like not to get all like sappy or whatever, but I'm a single mom, and so I hold a lot of like masculine energy just because I have to, or I feel like I have to, which is something else I'm working on, which is like all right side of your body. And that's where like a lot of my pain is.
Mm. Yeah.
So it's just like balance, I think.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, long story short, it's just, just keep on keeping on.
Yeah. 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 I mean, there's definitely something to the psychosomatic symptoms in the body.
Oh my gosh, so much.
Emotional pain, emotional trauma, all that stuff. Like it manifests in different ways. And who knows, maybe it is that. Maybe it is the masculine energy and the right side of the body. I don't know. But I think it very well could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, you're doing great in your
He's just painting in that.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. What else you guys have for tonight? Any other pressing comments, questions, concerns? Anybody else dealing with any injuries or tweaks right now? Good, healthy. So that's what we like to. That's what we like to see. Staying healthy. All right, cool. All right, Michael, it was good to see you here. It's been a few weeks. Love it. Natalie was on here. I don't know where she went. I'll have to text her afterwards. Y'all enjoy the rest of your night. And if we have any questions throughout the week, please hit me up. Then we'll do another group meeting next week. And we're gonna keep we'll keep at it.
Cool. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right, y'all. Well, great night, and I'll see you later.
Bye.
All right, thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.